I was a fan. Like I've been a DJ fan my whole life. Like, oh, you were like Rocky was there at the house party in the '90s dinner.
Okay.
Like when I first went to these '90s events, that was one of the first events I went to, and the first thing I went straight to the DJ. Like I was watching the DJ, I was learning. It was DJ Mowdy, and I was like, I still remember the day because I'm like, just went up and I was just watching him, like just voyeuring his ass, like seeing his moves, see what he does. Never in a million years would I thought I would be up there on stage DJing, having people looking at me, doing what I was doing with them.
It's easy. There you go. Have a good time.
Stop dancing. I know.
Something crazy for the tattoo his face. That looks like a chumpy does.
Oh.
Let's say chumpy does.
Chompitas?
Look.
Yeah, I need that, what's it called? I need that beard. That beard gang.
Me too, bro. Like, this is, my son hates that shit because he's a barber, right?
Uh-huh.
So he wants me to grow the beard. I'm like, but dude, you have a full beard. My youngest has a full beard. Like, since he was like 12.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you both for coming out. I know that I really want her on. That was the reason why I invited you. But you're gonna warm it up. You're gonna be the foreplay.
I'm the opener for the main event, for the headliner.
That's good stuff, man. How was your drive?
Good, easy. No, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you guys live?
La Habra.
La Habra. Where's La Habra at?
Right by. Well, when you go through here, you pass Chino, then it's La Habra. No, Brea, La Habra, Whittier.
Oh, like the 605 and the 60, kind of?
Yes, right there, 60.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Nah,
Yeah.
just getting to the freeway is always
Especially in Whittier, like that area, it's like it's like in the middle, and then just getting to the freeway sucks.
Yes, like literally 15 to 20 minutes to get to any freeway.
Yeah, I used to go to Whittier a lot back in the day. I'm like, I don't like coming out here, man, because it's like usually like if you go to an event or you have a good time and you're leaving, it's like you kind of want to avoid being on the surface streets at 2:00 in the morning because La Jura knows,
and it's wild.
It is.
Whittier is crazy. Like we like every weekend we either go to the studio with my friend Gargamel, like on Friday nights. So we leave the studio like around 1, 2, or 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
because we're just playing music, we're mixing, we're like feeding off each other. Communications, like he's one of like my mentors in this game, and he's just like has so much knowledge. So by the time we leave, it's like 3:30 in the morning, and it's right by the police station. Like, so it's like, damn.
And even if you're not doing anything bad,
it's still like,
we
grew up in the 90s.
Yeah,
you still have it at the back of the head, like, oh shit, shit, yeah. So
last night I got out of here like around almost at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And I was starving, dude.
Did you get your burger?
Oh, I got my fucking burger. I got my fucking burger. Hell yeah, I got my burger.
Where though?
Well, I mean, the only place. No, I went to Jack in the Box. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes I crave Jack in the Box. There's,
I used to, not anymore though.
No,
like Jack's not what it used to be.
I got this new burger. I don't know what it was, but I was like, damn, this shit is tasty, dude. Yeah, I got to tell you which one it is because it has like this different sauce. It's like a new item on the menu.
Okay.
So there was like Raising Cane's. I don't know, whatever. Raising Cane's. And then there's McDonald's, and I was like, fuck it, I'll go to Jack in the Box. But what happened is, as soon as by my house, I got off the freeway and I saw 2 highway patrols, like right there, making a turn to where I was going.
Yeah.
And there's a meetup there. There's a meetup for like cars.
Oh, okay.
And I know they were looking for them because I saw them, bust a little U-turn, try to go into the area.
Oh.
And again, I'm not doing anything bad. But I'm in the area. My car is the kind of car that I have. And I'm thinking like, the same thing crosses my mind. I'm not doing anything bad, but these guys could pull me over for anything.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, no, dude, I'm here at Jack in the Box. And I go and I play it in my fucking head. If they pull me over, like, what am I going to say? It's like, I'm just coming to Jack in the Box. Like, look how I'm dressed. Like, come
Yeah.
on, you know? So, but especially if you're in Whittier, any area at night, I just want to avoid it. I want to avoid it at all costs now.
Yeah.
My dad would always tell me when I used to party, because my dad likes going out, dude. My dad's always like going to nightclubs and shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And he would tell me, después de las 12, he's like, no hay nada bueno.
Yeah.
He's like, get what you can get y vete a las 12. And so now I try to leave around 1,
Okay.
right? Because by the time it gets to 2, that is usually when people are trying to get the last call,
Yeah.
last drinks. That's
They're a
when the
little too
fights
faded,
happen,
yeah.
little too much. Stuff happens in the parking lot. But
Oh
if you
my
leave at
God.
1,
You avoid everything.
you avoid everything.
Yeah.
You're gone. The Pope wouldn't show up, or that's the time that they're starting to show up, but you leave before that.
Yep.
So, yeah, the 90s prepared me for this 100%.
100%. What was it on? We went to Canner's party.
Uh-huh.
He threw a thing for Marisol.
Okay.
I DJ'd. And we left. I don't drink.
Mhm.
Like, if I take a shot, it's because the homies are like, oh, let's take a shot. I'll take a shot.
Yeah.
But I'm not a drinker.
Yeah.
So we go and we leave. And like you said, we have a thing for cops, right?
Mhm.
I see the cop. And then I see him right when I passed him, go right behind me. So he's tailing me for 3 miles. I do I went from the 605 to the 60, and there's a big U-turn, I guess, right? And he like, you swerved. He pulled me over. Like, you know, I pulled you over. I'm like, no. He's like, were you drinking? I'm like, I don't drink. He's like, excuse me? He doubted me. I'm like, nah, I don't drink. I have water. And I had a bottle of water. And then my wife, he drinks.
Mhm.
The girl in the backseat was drinking. And then he was like, you sure you don't drink? So he gave me the little sobriety test. I'm like, I don't drink, bro. But that's the reason why I don't drink. I don't smoke weed when I perform. Like, when I play, I try to stay as sober as possible because I get in my own head. I get anxiety when I get high.
Yeah.
So, because I do smoke.
Yeah.
But I only smoke to sleep. I don't smoke to go get high on the streets, no. So, yeah, no, I'm good. You sure? Yeah. Like, okay, go.
It's like I said, even if you're not doing anything,
Yeah.
they make you nervous. They make you nervous.
They really do, because you just never know.
No, you don't. And the thing is, I have friends that are cops.
Me
I
too.
have clients that are cops, and I mean they're like, I know them personally, and they're really nice people. They're really good people. They're not the asshole cop,
Yeah.
or they're not the nerd in high
They
school that became a
Give 'em
cop. Those
oh
are
my God.
the worst.
1000%. I have a story.
Yeah, well, let's hear the story.
So, I'm on Facebook. This was a few years back, right? And I had lost 200 pounds, right, by this time. And then I'm talking, because these guys, they get into politics. I don't know anything about politics. I really don't care. All I know is I work, I pay my bills. That's it. Like, the government's not going to do anything to me. So this guy, like, biting this, biting that. I'm like, fool, shut up, right? So his brother-in-law gets into the conversation, right? I didn't know who his brother-in-law was because his name on his Facebook was his name backwards, and he just had a bunch of different letters or whatever, right? So he starts talking about, oh yeah, you used to be the man in high school, but now look at you and this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
About you?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, bro, who are you? Like, yeah, you used to be the man. I was like, I was the man? Like, again,
I didn't know I was the man.
I didn't. I swear to God. Like, I tell my wife all the time, because people always come up to me like, oh, dude, I remember you from. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, it humbles you. Like, when people come up to you, like, you were this, you were that. I'm like, no, I really wasn't. I had the same 4 friends throughout high school that I still friends to this day.
Yeah.
Like, I could call them whenever I want. Like, yeah. So I'm going. I'm like, I screenshot. I'm like, yo, who is this? Because I'm like, at this point, this was like, I can kill you. I can do this, and I can do yes, right? And I'm like, so I sent it to one of my friends, because I have a group chat with a few of my dumbass friends, because we have dumbass friends and we have friends.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that's Gabe. Like, Gabe, because we used to call him Gabriel.
Yeah.
Because Gabriel. Who's fucking kids?
Yeah.
No way. So then when I found out, I'm like, bro, why are you talking to me? He's like like he's the tactical trainer for the LAPD,
Right.
right? And I'm like, bro, you're still bitter over high school?
Yeah.
And then he was like, nah, fuck you. Then I'm like, bro, you know you get fired for what you're doing to me right now.
Right.
And I said it in because it was in DMs. It was on somebody's wall.
Oh, on some comments.
Yeah,
like
on
public
comments. It was
comments.
pop, pop, pop. I'm like, bro, you mad because I smashed your girl? Like, bro, that was high school. Like, you married her. It's been 24 years. When was high school? 18. 25 years ago. Well, this was 20 years ago. So he was still mad over 20 years ago. So he was trying to harass me. I'm like, bro, I could get you fired. Stop. Like,
and that's the thing. Like, I have a similar story, but the problem with something like that is the psychology behind a person like that. It's like, you have a badge, bro, and those fuckers are out on the streets.
1000%.
And those are the guys that I'm most afraid of, like, because they have authority, they have the badge, they hide behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not cool, man. It's definitely not cool that, like, again, the psychology behind a person that literally has a gun could pop off at any moment, and you're tripping over shit that was 20 years ago.
Exactly. And he has access to look for me.
Yeah,
He can find me.
correct.
So for a minute, I was like hesitant to go to the Valley because we're from the Valley. I'm from
Right.
the San Fernando Valley. So I'm
What
like,
part of San Fernando did you grow up in?
I went to Grant High School. So
Grant?
Van Nuys,
Okay.
Valley Glen. It was Valley Glen now. North Hollywood. Like my wife went to North Hollywood. All over the Valley because, you know, we always moved around. So North Hollywood, Van Nuys, Napa, Arleta. We were Arleta for a little bit.
Okay. I grew up in, well, I was in the Valley for a while, like Reseda, Canoga
Okay.
Park. It's funny because there's just little pockets where there's different cultures, right? So if you're in the Valley, there's the Hispanic Valley,
Yes.
right? And then there's a valley, like, rich area.
The Jewish Valley,
Yeah.
which is Sherman Oaks, Tarzana.
Brentwood.
No,
Yeah.
that's LA.
That would be more LA.
Yeah, so it's literally Sherman Oaks, Tarzana. What's that? Where the one that's in Karate Kid? Not Reseda, Encino.
Okay.
Encino's pretty Jewish, white.
Yeah, but you grow up with a lot of different, like, predominantly Hispanic, and then there's like a sprinkle of like others, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, let's say when I grew up out here, it's predominantly white and black, and then a sprinkle Hispanic. You go to the next city, it's predominantly Hispanic. You know, it's like little things like that. But growing up in different areas has allowed me to, like, appreciate different cultures. You appreciate different people, like, just different things versus one person that stayed in one area and then they're just really ingrained in, let's say, their culture.
Yes.
And it's to your point where you guys moved around a lot. We moved around a lot, man. We were in the Valley, like, for a little bit of time, like in Southgate. Also, I've been in Culver City. I've been in La Cañada, La Crescenta, like up there.
North.
I've been in Hollywood. I've been Marina Del Rey. I've been in, like, my dad lived in Frisco, so I have, like, family up in. So it's like different little pockets where you just learn from people if you have that perspective, right?
1000%.
If you don't have that perspective, then you're always just shit talking and not appreciating.
Yeah, no, like me,
way.
like people thought I was Salvi for the longest, but I'm like, no, I grew up with Salvis.
Yeah.
Like,
what's your nationality?
Mexican.
Okay.
But people think I'm Samoan, Filipino. Like, I get it all.
Yeah.
But when I was in high school, like, all my high school friends thought I was Salvadorian because most of my friends are Salvadorian, Guatemalan.
Mm.
So they're Central Americans.
Yeah.
Like, my best friend, who's a pastor now, I call my brother, he's Guatemalan. My wife is Guatemalan.
Chapin.
Guanacos, Chapines, all of it. Like, those were my best friends. Like, I had one was Brazil, Guatemalan. The other one was Salvadorian, and then one Mexican, and then one fucking Salvadorian, and one Chapin, full Chapin. He was black Chapin.
A black Chapin? Yeah. See, that's one of the things that, for me personally, obviously my mom, you know, I'm Salvadorian, but my number one food, like, if I was stranded on a deserted island and they said, what type of food could you eat for the rest of your life? I'd say Mexican food.
Oh, I agree.
Like
Not because
1000%.
I'm Mexican, but it's just the spices.
Bro.
It's just, I don't know. It has a little bit of everybody
Yeah.
because everybody energies in Mexico. Like you have, like I went to Juarez was last year, 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Dude, there's so many Guatemalans, Salvadorians,
Really?
Cubans. There's Haitians in Juarez.
Really?
Yeah, because I guess the whole caravan thing, they stopped in Juarez.
Okay.
So they've been there for like 10 years, but they only started reporting it like 3-4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they've been there. Like there's Colombian food in Juarez now. Like
So
there's,
you would definitely 100% go Mexican food.
yeah.
Yeah, same here.
See, I've had like for El Salvador, pupusa. You know, see, that's my debate too. Like pupusas or tacos,
Yes.
dude. It's like it depends.
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh yeah, pupusas." No. There's some pupusa places that hell yeah,
Yeah.
but there's some taco places that are like, like.
Right.
So I'm like, that's not even a debate. It's like they're gonna fight regardless.
All right, when you eat pupusas, do you eat them with a knife and fork, or do you eat them with your hand?
I eat them with my hands.
Okay.
But I like messing with Salvadorians because I like make it into a taco.
Yeah.
And they get mad. They're like, you don't eat it like I'm like, bro, I know how you chop it up, get the curtido, and you put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's how you eat a pupusa.
That's how you eat a pupusa. Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people on my TikTok, when I used to do lives, I wouldn't say what my nationality was, but if they would see me eat a pupusa, they'd be like, oh. And then they send me messages, you're Salvadorian, you know how to eat them. Because, people trip out on that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like you just don't want to get messy, and I understand.
Yeah, because it's also smelly. The grease of the pupusa, it depends on what pupusa you get. Because there's some greasy ones,
Right.
and then there's some dry ones.
Do you like the ones made out of rice?
Which ones are those?
So you know how the harina,
Yeah.
right? Pupusas de harina, right? So the harina is harina de arroz.
Okay.
So it has a different texture to it. So if you've never had them, maybe try those.
Well, she says I have, so.
Oh,
She says that it would.
He doesn't know it, but he has.
All right,
Oh,
so-
okay. Yeah, it has a different texture. I like eating those, like the queso con loroco,
Yeah.
but arroz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are good, man.
You see, like revueltas, I love them greasy because I'm like,
Yeah,
you have the
yeah.
pork in it. Like, you have to have like that juice, you know?
Yeah. I see, the thing is with pupusas and tacos, man, I love tacos. My production partner, Mike, he'll always send me a text like, hey, bro, try out this taco spot. And he's not Mexican. He's from Belize and El Salvador.
Okay.
But we're always like, I appreciate and love Mexican food. Even though, again, it's like I'm Salvadorian, I like Salvadorian food, but there's just nothing that compares to the amount of, like, what you would say, options that you have
Yeah.
in Mexican restaurants versus a Salvadorian restaurant like pupusas, plátano frito,
con crema,
and then you have your
Plátano,
pan con pollo.
pan con pollo.
It's very limited.
Yeah.
So the story that I would tell you about the person that like from 20 years ago and stuff like that, I think to this day, bro, that dude does not like me. 1000%
Same.
does not like me. And the thing is, I was dating a girl, and the girl cheated on me with my best friend. He was my best friend, right? So she cheated on me. I was all heartbroken. Wow, like, broke my damn little heart. And he told me, hey, this is what's going on. And I'm like, fuck, like, thank you for telling me. Like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I moved on. But then I think she was like being with them, or they were messing around, but then she'd call me up for booty call, or she wanted whatever I was given. And then he was heartbroken.
Oh.
Because obviously it was reversed, right? But now he's married, has a life. This is, I would say, about literally 20 years ago. And to this day, it's still an issue.
No way.
It's still an issue. And I don't think his wife knows why.
Wow.
And it's not the same girl, right? It's not the same girl. And I'm just like, man, I'm not that type. I get over things quickly,
Me too.
very quickly. I don't hold grudges. I don't like to hold grudges. I think that it's what they say, like holding a grudge or resentment. It's like you're holding on to a grenade that you pulled the pin on to
Yeah.
yourself because it's just a matter of time before
Takes too much energy.
it does,
It really
bro.
does. That's why I'm always forgive and forget, because there's too much love in life to be hating and amargado, So I'm like, all right, you did what you did. F it, That's you. That's not me. You're not gonna change who I am. You're not gonna change my perspective. Like, cool, we good. Like, we're not gonna be friends.
Right,
We can be cordial.
right.
Because I've had situations recently that I'm like, we're not friends anymore, but we'll keep it cordial because we're on the same crowds.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's I learned who my friends were and what those friends, not in a bad way, but what those friends are good for.
Mhm.
You said earlier, like there's well, you didn't say it, but there's knuckleheads, right?
Yeah.
We have friends that are knuckleheads. I
Yeah.
still have friends that are knuckleheads that just have not grown up.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, you haven't grown up. You're still thinking like we're in high school
Yes.
and we're 40-year-old men. I'm not there with you anymore.
Yes.
And then there's the friends that have grown up, they've grown with you, and they have I would say the same mindset. But you find out that maybe with some of the knuckleheads, there's certain things that I can do. I
Yeah.
can have fun with them.
Yeah.
I can have a good time, and we can do a lot of things. But there's certain things that I do not share. There's certain parts of my life that it's like that's avoided for conversations with them. It's like when I was younger, maybe in my 20s, I'm like, oh, these are the friends that we go out and we get girls with. But these are not the friends that I talk about business about
Oh, yeah.
and that I share everything in my life with. But with these other friends, obviously, these are not the friends that I go out to get females with. And so you find out,
It's a balance.
right? You find out what some friends are good for. And I know that sounds bad to say it that way, but um, it's just understanding where people are in their life and then where you are and how you can serve each other. Maybe that's a better way to say it. How you can serve each other and help each other.
Yeah.
But you were talking about the studio. So what are you doing at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, man?
Literally, we'll like be live on IG or Twitch, or like we'll literally just have conversations about music and business and what's coming up next, and like what's the new phase that's good of music that's gonna be popping and stuff like that. Like he's been everywhere.
Your friend?
Yeah,
What's his name?
Gargamel.
Gargamel.
Yeah, DJ Gargamel. His name's Thomas, but he goes by Gargamel.
Okay.
So yeah, Gargamel from the Smurfs.
Oh, yeah,
That's what
I'm
he-
like,
Yeah, you're like, huh? Yeah, no, Gargamel from the Smurfs. That's what he goes by. I don't know why. I never asked him why, but no, he's been teaching me, because again, I used to be a DJ from '96 to '99.
how did you get into DJing?
Originally? The same four friends. Like
Okay.
my friend looked like Humpty Vision, so
Okay.
we called him Humpty.
Okay.
To this day, he gets mad now because he's Pastor Edgar, but
Pastor Humpty.
if Humpty, like he's like, bro, we're at church. You can't call me Humpty. I'm like, bro, you're always gonna be sorry, bro. Like that's just like I gave him the name.
Right.
So we got together. We created a party crew. We had a lot of we threw parties. We got one turntable, one mixer, and we just started practicing like that. And then from one turntable, it became two turntables. And I'm like, all right, cool, because I always had a job. Me and Humpty, like our first job together, we used to watch the big rigs, $20 a big rig,
Okay.
because his dad used to own 6 of them, right, or something like that. So we used to go to the junkyard. No, it was a recycling center. And we used to watch them, save up our money. And this one, like, we'll go out and eat for like $5. Like,
How old were you guys?
14.
Okay.
14. And then we did that for about a year. I saved up my money, got the turntable, and then got a mixer. And then I got the other turntable. I'm like, all right, cool. We have a set. And then we got to get a speaker.
Hold on. But what could you do with one turntable?
Well, we used to have a CD player.
Okay.
So we used to play like CDs with like Humpty Vision and Bad Boy Bill, or DJ Irene, or CZR, or anything. We used to beat match. So we used to, with a turntable, we used to match the CD.
Oh.
So that's how we would practice.
Okay.
We had friends that had 2 turntables, but this is how we would practice.
Yeah.
So that's how DUI came about, like Driving You Insane Productions or whatever. So that's how we started off. It was just 3 of us, just like messing around. And then, I started working at the arena and then started doing parties. And then I was security at the arena. And that's when I used to like help out Irene. Yo, let me take your crates up.
Yeah.
And then.
How old were you when you were doing security?
18. Yeah, so I was 18.
18 and you got the job at the arena?
Yeah, because my sister worked there.
Okay.
So my sister had been working there for like 5-6 years. My sister hates house music.
Really?
Hates it. Like no. She'll go, like she's my number one supporter besides my wife. But she'll go to my event. She's go see me and leave.
Yeah.
So
she walks in with earplugs.
Basically, because she's like, dude, I hate your fucking music. I play everything. Like I play from like cumbia, merengue, salsa, everything under the sun. But I love house music. I love hard house. I love house. I like the new EDM. Like I just love the fast paced, like 140 plus BPMs. That's me. So she got me the job there. So being there, like one time, I gotta go take a shit. Can you fucking get on? I'm like, yeah. This is the arena. Yeah. 18 years old, and I'm like, holy shit. Right? It was like fucking midnight or some shit. So it was like prime time. So I get on, drop like 5 tracks. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm hooked. And then
did you feel nervous?
Yes. I get nervous to this day sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Like I practice. I'm like, I don't want to fuck up. Because again, this was 98, right? So by then I was like, all right, I was already in it. Like I knew how to beat match. They were in my records though. So it was like literally like vinyl that they weren't mine. Like when you're a DJ, you have cue points. Even on turntable, like you have your cue points.
Cue points meaning like matched?
Yeah,
like,
not matching, but it's like this is where that beat drops. This is where it begins. Like stuff.
Well, how
like
do you
that.
know that? Like we
used to crayons.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could write on the vinyl.
Okay.
Or like Post-its.
Oh, okay.
Tattoos, tape.
Okay.
And like that. So just dropping, I'm like, oh, I know this record. Cool. I'm playing the record. Cool. Dropped it. Like, oh shit. The crowd went crazy. I'm like, oh shit. Because it's a high. Like it's a high that is like no other. Like even this past Saturday, like I did a set that I've never done before, and I was just looking at the crowd like, oh shit, they vibing because I never played this kind of music for this kind of crowd because the crowd was like 80s, 90s because it was an 80s, 90s event, but I was playing nothing but new EDM. So I'm looking at the crowd and I'm like, okay, this is banging. Like that's my high. Like seeing people dancing to my music, bro, it's like nothing else.
It's when I was a kid, man, when I was maybe around 13, 14, I had an uncle that had like a DJ set, right? And obviously there was all the music that was being played, but I would go and mess with it. I'm like, hey, can I go on the system? Can I play with it? And so I had my fair share of like messing around with like turntables, right? And it was fun to know when the beat would drop and to be able to match.
Yeah.
Right. And back in the day, obviously there was no technology now, right? So I was talking to Illis Rich and he was saying how he had such a hard time switching over from vinyl to
CDJs,
like the new
controller.
Yeah, like a laptop basically, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, because that's not. He's like, in my mind, I thought it was like not really DJing, and he's like, but bro, it's so much easier. So much easier. It's like I'm still a DJ. Yeah. Obviously, like I know what I'm doing, but as a kid, I remember what you're saying, right? Like you have a CD and you have one turntable, and you're trying to match it. Or CD to CD. I remember I was doing CD to CD. It's fun. Like I got a kick out of knowing that I could do that.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to learn like what all these knobs were. Yeah. Like what are all these knobs?
The bass, mids, and highs.
Yeah, and pressing buttons. I was always like pressing buttons, like trying to figure stuff out. So it was always fun to me. And then I had a lot of friends that became DJs that are now like very well-known DJs. And I would go around with them. How you said, like, carry the crates. And we would get in. It was our entry into fucking nightclubs at a younger age.
Yes, sir.
You know, so doing the arena at 18 off the cuff, you performed well, I'm assuming, or
Yeah,
did you fuck up?
Probably fucked up, bro. From what dude, it's the arena. It's 500-600 people, all ages. A lot of them knew me because I guess I was popular because I was the front door guy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Yeah, you were in your security shirt.
Yeah, I had the black shirt with security. No, we had a vest. We had the bulletproof vest and shit. So we looked like official and shit because we used to get them for like $100.
Yeah.
So we looked like mean, like as security. And they're like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Like Gene came up to me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, little ass old man, the owner of the arena and circus. He's like, "Don't ever fucking do that if I'm not paying you." I'm like, "Bro." Like he's like, "No, don't ever." I'm like, "All right, whatever." He didn't fire me. I stayed there for like a year or so still after that.
And then prior to that or during that time, were you also like around the party crew scene?
Yeah, that's when we like from all of high school, we created our own thing. Like we threw flyer parties.
What was the crew name?
DUI Productions.
Okay.
That's driving you insane. So we threw a lot of parties, backyard boogies, underground, like because I lived across the street from my high school.
Okay.
We used to have like parties in my apartment. My mom had no clue. And by 2:00, everybody was gone. So like literally ditching parties all the time. Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
It was fun, man. It definitely was fun. It was music, girls, friendship.
Yeah.
You know, music, girls, friendship. And, you know, talking with Biggs and talking with a lot of people that have obviously been in this scene. I think most of us, that's what we yearned for.
Yeah.
But then there was the ugly side of it. And that's the part that I didn't want. You know, my dad always told me, don't get in a gang. You know, definitely avoid that at all costs. Yeah. And when I started to see a lot of the things, like the habits go that way, I'm like, I don't want to be around this, man. Like that's, it's funny because someone posted something recently about 2 party crews, and I see the pictures and I see the guys in the pictures, and guys I grew up with, and they're guys that are older than me, like in their 40s, and they're still, some of them are still knuckleheads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like,
but that's also all the drugs we took.
Yeah.
Back because we had acid, Nas. That shit fucks with your brain.
Right.
It doesn't let you grow mentally as you should. Like it literally stunts your growth. So a lot of these guys that got stuck on that still think they're in high school. Still think they're 15, 16. Trust me, I kick it with a couple of them. Like you said, we keep some of our friends close. Because, you know, they're fun.
Of course.
But, like, yeah, I believe all the, because we had crazy drugs. Like, I know the 70s had the LSD too, but, like, I don't know what happened with us that, dude, I went to a party when I was 13. And my sister.
13?
Oh, bro, I was partying since I was 12. At the arena. Because
See,
my sister was there. So she was like, she'll take me with her older friends and, like.
Take your little brother to work day.
Basically, yes. So I'm out there 13, 14 years old. But this time I had gone to my first rave. And my sister's boyfriend, she had a white boyfriend. Like, I don't even remember her homie's name, but because my sister's 12 years older than me. And that's the middle sister, and the older sister is 16 years older than me. So I'm like the baby. So, but I always wanted to be like them because they were always dancing. Like, I was so insecure as a kid because I was a little fat boy. My sisters are gorgeous. And they're always out there dancing. They're the life of the party. I'm like, I was so insecure to dance around them that people see me now, they're like, man, you're full of shit. I'm like, dude, I swear to God, my sisters are so intimidating because they can dance salsa, punta, merengue, fucking Mexican music, which I can barely dance. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I can salsa, I can merengue, I can cumbia. Mexican music, I can't.
Oh, man, we're going to have to do a TikTok right after this with some peso pluma or some shit.
It's going to be peso completo.
Peso pesado.
So, yeah, peso pesado. So, like.
Hey, if you get hot or cold, let me know.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So, we go to this rave, right? And this white kid takes a tab.
Uh-huh.
Tell me this kid does not try to jump off the second floor because he's like, I'm an angel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, nigga, your name is Angel. Like, your name is Angel.
It's funny, dude. I remember I went to this nightclub. So the way that we got into the nightclub, and I'm sure, well, the way that I would get into a lot of nightclubs was I would call them and tell them that I was an out-of-town manager for a DJ, and that we're in town, that we're performing at a venue in LA, but we saw your spot, and we're wondering if we could come in. Like, we got some time. And I would get my friend, at the time, he was going by Lewis Love, Love Connection.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. So, and I people would say like gift of the gab, like who fucking little kid, doing this shit. And I would do that so much with nightclubs, man. Talk to the doorman, talk to the manager. I've always had an ability to connect with people.
Nice.
And so, we'd get in. This place was called Carlos O'Brien's in San Bernardino. And then I think maybe I was like 17 when this happened. So, like, I was already doing this around 16, 17. And one time I went without doing that. And this guy, his name was Milton. El Milton. El Milton tenía un ID. Fíjate que me parecía. So we were both little, light skin, like Central Americans. Obviously, Milton is not Mexican.
Hell no.
And he gave me, he's like, oh, you want this? And I was like, nah, bro, what the fuck you giving me? He's like, nah, take it. And I'm like, nah, I'm a fucking trip. Like, I can't do that. I remember we were standing up against the wall, like waiting in line. And it turns out it was no drugs. It was a Listerine little tab.
Oh,
I'm like, okay, yeah, give me some more of that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I remember seeing like people doing like the balloons and stuff, and it was a life, man. It was a life. I was talking to Zach. So the recent podcast that we're going to be releasing in a couple weeks is Zach St. John. Dude, that's his fucking real name, bro.
That's his real name.
That's his real name.
Damn, he should be a superstar, bro.
Bro.
That name, like he missed his calling.
No, he is a superstar, bro. Dude, he's a drummer. Like I met him at the tattoo shop, and he was getting a tattoo. I'm like, damn, bro. I was like, I introduced myself to him, and I'm like, the guy with the cool hair, because he has this like cool ass hair, big tall white boy.
Okay.
Oh, my name's Zach, and he's a drummer, plays with famous people.
Okay.
He was able to name drop some. He's signed NDAs with others. He played with Stevie Wonder.
Nice.
And so we shot a podcast, and I'm like, bro, like, is this your real last name? Because like he has like his crates,
Yeah.
and it says Zach St. John. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you're tall, your hair, your name, you're a drummer. Like, what happened here? So I was telling him about the party cruise, and he didn't know because he grew up in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then he came out here, and I was telling him like, the music and like the parties and everything that we did, and he just didn't know that culture existed.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't know. A lot of people still don't know.
Yeah, because of LA culture.
Pretty much.
Well, they say Vegas too, but it's an LA culture.
Yeah, Biggs, and Rocky were talking. Like there were some in Reno, there were some up north, like little pockets,
Yeah, because I talked to a couple guys from Vegas. It's called Rebel 702, Greece. He's like, well, they had party crews back then, but they're from LA, so they brought the LA to Vegas.
Yeah,
that's what happened. It's not like Vegas came up with them. Like, no, my boy, they had the party crews because they had the LA mentality. Oops, sorry. They had the LA mentality, so they took it to Vegas. So, yeah, it's an LA culture thing, like, easily.
Yeah, dude, we were always looked at it. How did you dress in high school? Like, what was your style?
I was a tagger.
Okay.
I was a groover. Sometimes I'm just like a little rebel. I just didn't have the Harleys because I'll do the flannels with the suspenders and like the white beaters, some steel toe boots or shoes.
There you
No
go.
Harleys though; they're too expensive.
You used to wear your go-go boots then, huh?
Hell yeah, my white go-go boots.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Hell yeah. It's a style that I liked a lot. I remember being 12 or 13 and seeing Hooters and Alex from the Dogs. And I was a little kid,
Mhm.
but my brother's friend's sister was dating Alex. And they would hang out with her, not with us. They
Mhm.
hang out with her. And when they were over, they played with us as little kids. You know, like my brother was 11, my other brother was 9, and so they'd go in the backyard and like throw us around,
Oh,
like
nice.
just friendly, fun stuff. But I remember seeing these older guys, you know, with pompadours,
Mhm.
with tattoos. Alex didn't have a pompadour. Alex like just had like the regular hair, but they're tatted. They're wearing the wife beaters. They're wearing the Levi's,
Yeah.
and that was like a mirror image of growing up watching Pedro Infante in my mind.
Yes.
Pedro Infante, it was like Pedro Infante with the boots and then the Marlon Brando and then the James Dean.
Yes.
It really connected seeing those guys. And one time I was talking to my cousin, I was a little kid, and I was telling her, man, when I want to grow up, I want to have tattoos and I want to wear the red contacts because some like I would see Hooters would wear red contacts, and so it stuck with me. And then like the music, where a lot of the music was like the Smiths and
Mm.
like the Cure, and a lot of it I associated it to growing up like with Elvis because I
Okay.
grew up on Elvis. I grew up on Elvis and Elvis music with my grandmother. So it was like a big connection with Rebel immediately.
Yeah.
It wasn't because in middle school there was kids that were groovers and taggers and all that stuff, but I couldn't connect with that. I always connected with like the Rebel style. And to this day, just even today, you know, I'm obviously rocking the leather jacket. It stuck with me. I'm always wearing my belt buckles. It's stuck. And I can't let go of it and I don't want to let go of it.
No, like that's you. That's your persona. That's what as a kid attracted you, and you're like, okay, that's what I want to grow up with. Like,
Yeah, bro.
especially when you see Pedro Infante, bro. Like the white beaters with the dickies or slacks,
Mhm.
with the tirantes, you know, tablitas. That was the style. Like my mom always wanted me to dress like that, but that wasn't my style.
Mhm.
It didn't go with me, you know.
Sure.
So I'm like, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, but Pedro Infante, dude, I have him like really high up on my thigh. I'm not gonna show pierna right now. Every time I go to the tattoo shop and there's like other people in there, my tattoo artist will be like, "Hey, man, are you wearing underwear?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm wearing underwear." He's like, "Take your pants off." He's like, "Show him your tattoos," because he wants me to show, you know, my entire leg.
Yeah.
But he always has to ask. He goes, "Hey, man, you wearing underwear today?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I can show my piernas today." What kind of music did you grow up with
House, hard house.
as a kid, though?
Oh, as a kid,
Like with your
Lupita
family?
D'Alessio, Juan Gabriel, Jose, Camilo Sesto, Rocío Dulcar. That's what I grew up with.
Do you listen to it now?
I tried to, not as much as I should, because like especially now with all the remixes. Like I have remixes of like Juan Gabriel in EDM and Guaracha. It
What's
bangs.
Guaracha?
Guaracha is like, how can I explain it? It's reggaeton and house mixed together. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Because a lot of the reggaeton, like Oye Mi Canto, like that's how I see it. Like it's more like kind of like marimba reggaeton house. Because it has a lot of the instruments.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I have a like that's my favorite genre right now to play.
Guaracha? I need to hear Guaracha. I want to know what's up with Guaracha.
I'll send you a mix. Yeah, I'll send you a mix.
Sorry, man. I'm getting hot.
Get it, bro. Get it.
Yeah.
It's the leather, see?
I know, dude. Talking about tattoos makes me want to show more. Más carne. So I my parents obviously used to listen to Caleb. Radio Amor.
Yes.
Who was it? Who was on Caleb? Pedro
No.
or who was the one that
Luna? Humberto Luna?
who was like a big? I remember it's like Pedro Barreto or something like that. Pepe Barreto.
Pepe Barreto.
Okay,
Pepe Barreto
Uh-huh.
was my downstairs neighbor.
Your doctor's neighbor?
No, my downstairs neighbor.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
He's the guy from Caleb, right?
I'm pretty. That's what I think. I
Yeah,
think so.
he was my downstairs neighbor when I lived in the Valley
Uh-huh.
in North Hollywood. When I used to live by her,
Okay.
right there on Tahunga and Amelita Street.
That's so funny, man. But this is the thing. I used to hate listening to that music when I was a kid, right? I'm like, oh my
I
God,
know, Ama.
change it. And then so they'd give us time. They'd be like, okay, voy a escuchar esto, y después, ¿qué quieres escuchar tú? And then, like in the car,
Yeah, we got
we'll
the
take
turn.
turns, you know? But now when it comes on, it's nostalgic to me. It's super nostalgic, and we become our parents. I'm like,
1000%, bro.
yeah.
Like, what was it? Because I'm on Twitch a lot, and they asked me to do like theme days. Like, so Thursdays, sabor de jueves,
Okay.
right? And it's all Spanish. So usually they do like it's East Coasters and West Coasters, basically. So East Coasters, you know, they go more with reggaeton and like stuff, salsas and cumbias. And I'm like, what can I do to be different this week? I went Caleb, Temerarios, all of that stuff, and everybody's like, "Holy shit, you taking me back to the fucking bag?" I'm like, what? Where the fuck am I? Am I at Vallarta right now? Like, bro, like this music is timeless. Like, you can play it now, and everybody's like, "I remember that shit."
Well, when you say Twitch, because I've never been on Twitch, so explain Twitch to me.
Twitch is a streaming platform.
Okay.
Okay, so you know how you could go live on IG
Yeah.
and on Facebook?
Yeah.
It's the same concept, except that they won't mute you while you're playing. They won't kick you out while you're playing. Everything started on Twitch and Facebook, but with them, they started copywriting, so they would like shut you off
On Facebook.
on Facebook and on Twitch and on IG.
Okay.
Right? So I'm still new. I'm telling you, I'm new to all this Twitch stuff, to like streaming and DJing, right? So what you call it? Albert, my boy Tudo, he's like, yeah, bro, I used to be on Twitch all the time, this, that, and the other, but we moved on IG, then we went to Twitch. I'm like, but why? He's like, oh, because if you play certain songs, certain music, it's gonna cut you off. And it's true. Like, you could play oldies and it'll cut you off. You could play, the only thing that it won't cut you off is house music, hard house, or new wave. But other than that, if you play reggaeton, you play anything Peso Pluma, anything Daddy Yankee, anything Bad Bunny, within seconds, cut your life.
Twitch does?
No, IG.
Okay.
So when they're like, okay, go on Twitch. All right, cool. Go on Twitch. I went on Twitch. It's like it's like this. Like, you have your whole production.
Uh-huh.
Like, I have a laptop. I have a green screen. So my green screen has I always try to do like, I'm DJ McFly, so I try to do like DeLorean stuff. Like, I have this sick ass one that my friend sent me. Kano, he sent me like a pyramid, and then the DeLorean's right there. So that was one of my backgrounds. Like, right now I have the flux capacitors. Background is like neon colors and purple, and it has a DeLorean in there. So I try to keep it in my theme. So that's my background, but I play everything from oldies to new stuff.
So how do I watch Twitch?
You download the app.
It's an app.
Yeah, it's an app.
Okay.
So you download the app.
It's not like I got to be on my computer to watch that.
No,
shit.
you could be on your phone. You could be on
really.
Yeah, like that's how most people watch it.
Okay.
And then just start following the DJs, like House Party in the '90s, Fig, myself. Like, basically all the DJs that are out in LA have a Twitch.
Okay.
Angie Martinez, like, it's pretty big.
Yeah. So one thing that would happen, people have told me like, hey, how come I don't see your reels anymore on Facebook, right? Because it would share to Facebook. I'm like, because they mute my music.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't. It's literally like a 15-second video. And then if I upload a full 1-minute clip, it's muted.
Yeah, it mutes it.
It mutes it completely. There's no monetization either. So I don't do this for money, obviously, but there are monetization features that you can have as a creator. So, like, it's funny. Yesterday, I opened up my Facebook, and it was like, you know how you get your notifications?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, cannot monetize, cannot monetize, cannot monetize.
Yeah.
Every fucking video cannot be monetized, even though it's the music within your own damn platform.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't get it. I don't fight it,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. So then what you're saying is on Twitch, you can go live, you can play your music, and you're not going to get cut off.
No, it won't cut you off. So you could do like there's people that have done 24-hour streams, and you just keeps going and going and going and going.
But on Twitch, it's not just DJs, right? I mean, it's just like
gamer. Well, it started off as gamers. DJs just found out that they won't cut you off while you're live, so they started streaming. So you get your sound card, you get your laptop, your camera, and then just go live for your hour, 2 hours. That's my stress relief. That's my therapy.
yeah.
Like,
it's like an artistic outlet.
yes, 1000%. Like, I literally go on. Like, when did I go? I didn't want to go on Wednesday. I'm like, I don't feel like going on.
Do you have a set time?
I like to go on at 10 a.m. because I go in at 1 at my job. So like 10 a.m. is usually the time slot that I prefer. 10, 11, or 12. Because I'll stream for an hour, let it all out. I'll dance, I cry, I yell, I scream. I swear, like, people are like, you're so emotional. Like, yes, this is my therapy. You guys are my therapy. You guys think, because they're like, oh my God, today's set was awesome. You helped me through the day. I'm like, you helped me through the day by being there and being active and talking to me. Because sometimes you just got to let it all out. And I've had friends that, like, with cancer that be on that, like, apologize. I'm like, nah, you never apologize, because, like, you never know what people are going through. And if I'm the hour that's going to release you from going through hell, then fuck it, let's have fun. Let's have fun for that fucking hour. Well, fuck it. I've cried a few times in my stream because I don't give a shit. Like, I'm a grown man. You're not gonna test my gangster. Like, come on, like, we're grown. Like, we can, like, just let it out as men. Like, man, that machismo shit. Like, I was watching your video the other day about being a man, and then I'm like, fool, shut the fuck up. Yeah, like, shut the fuck up. We're like, oh, you gotta be a man. No, bro, you gotta let it out, because all that, like you said, you're holding a grenade in.
Yeah.
And then you fucking blow up on the wrong people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think I commented and said, like, fool, shut up.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, man, that when I read comments, well, first of all, let me agree with you 100%, because I think that as creators, if that's the title that you want to give us or whatever, I think genuinely we do it for ourselves, right? We do it for ourselves because we have something that we want to get out, right? We want to, I don't know, share something with the world, whether it's one person or a million, it doesn't matter. We want to release that. And it's nice when you get those compliments from people. You get you help me through the day type messages. And a lot of times people don't comment. They'll slide into the DMs. Yeah. Like they don't want to let others know, right? They want to have that personal connection to share that with you. And I appreciate that. Right? I appreciate that. I appreciate my followers. I appreciate people that are genuinely interested in who I am as a person.
Yeah, exactly.
And I value that, right? I value that because at the end of the day, they could be watching someone else.
Exactly.
They didn't have to take the time out of their day to comment, to follow. And the other thing too is that I learned is to not cater to anyone. Like, I'm not going to compromise or be someone different. It's like, if you vibe with me, if you fuck with me, then hey, let's ride together. But if you don't, like, I'm not like an asshole, but I don't give a fuck.
No,
like,
you're right.
It's like, this is my, like, the example I would give is like Playboy subscription, right? So there's Playboy, there's Hustler. And you can't say, screw Playboy and I don't see what I want to see. Well, then, bro, buy Hustler. Like, and then if you buy Hustler and you're like, oh, I see too much, then buy Playboy.
They're options.
They're options. You can choose where you want to go.
Yeah.
And so as humans, we're not gonna fucking vibe with everybody. We're not everybody's cup of tea.
Yes.
We have different opinions. We were raised different. Whether it's religion or whether it's politics, which are normally like two very dividing things, but even things that aren't so polarizing. I'm not for everybody. There's 7 billion people or 10. I don't know. I think it's 7 billion people in the world.
Shitload.
Well, there's a ton of people out there having babies.
Yeah.
I'm not for everyone. Back in the day, we used to live in little towns, right? Like, or let me take it even fucking further, little villages, as humans, like thousands and thousands of years ago. And it was just, whoever's in your little group, whoever's in your little network. So your cognitive ability to want to fucking make everybody happy and knowing what everybody else is doing, it's like, we're not built for that.
No.
And so I commend you, because if you do have that connection with your audience and you are feeling vulnerable and you are feeling a certain type of way and you let it out and you're connecting with those are people that fuck with you, that understand you.
And they're the loyal ones, you can say. But to me, it's like they're family at this point. Like, I have the same 15 viewers that I had for my first day. Like, people are like, oh, I have 1,000. Oh, I have 15,000. I have this. I'm like, yeah, but only 60 are in your chat.
Well, put it this way, and excuse me. I had a big TikTok following that got canceled because of my damn language. Right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro, I'm fucking super vulgar, obviously. Super, ¿cómo se dice? Bien hayang.
Okay.
You know how it to me, it's like it's a Salvadorian thing, Central American thing. I think Mexicans would say pueden decir cosas malas, pero no son tan hayanes. Hayanes, it's always sexual.
Okay.
Like with my jokes, always sexual.
Well, that's Mexican shit too, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So but growing up with my dad and things like that, he would always like make a little perverted joke or something, and my mom would be like, "Ay, Jorge." And so I grew up with that. And so when I'm having a live and I'm talking to someone, let's say my audience knows my sense of humor.
Yes.
They understand who I am as a person. Obviously, if it's someone new, totally they don't fucking know.
And they're the ones that report.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to my tattoo artist. He's there commenting, and I'm like, oh, so what are you wearing, baby? And I was saying stuff, and I got banned. But the point that I wanted to make is, I do a lot of charity stuff, right? Like I like to give back to the community, and I want to give people an opportunity to contribute. Okay. Like, well, my thing is children, right? Because it's not their fault.
Exactly.
So the ones that help the most are people from Instagram, right? Okay. People from Instagram really reach out because there's more of a personal connection with the following on Instagram. I had, let's call it 150,000 on TikTok. It's the least amount of support towards charitable work. Facebook, I think it's 10,000. It's the least amount of support for charitable work. Instagram is maybe 7 to 8. They're the ones that support the most. So it's not a matter of, like, in my mind, how much of a following I have. It's like, how can we together make a difference? And it doesn't need to be the masses. It just needs to be that tight knit group of people that maybe share the same vision with you or are really loyal to help support you.
No, yeah.
And then to your other thing, hold on, let me
start.
I mean, you got to get the financing taken care of first.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's a really simple conversation. I can find out, or no, I can find out. I'm going to tell someone within 5 to 10 minutes whether they can afford something or not.
But you can also tell them you can't afford it, but if you do this,
no, not unless. Many times no, because I don't know the specifics behind it. So I can tell someone what to do if they submit an application, right? Like if I look at your financials, because now I know, okay, if you move this here, if you pay this here, like everything that you need to do. But in a simple conversation, like, tell me how much you make and I'll tell you if you can buy it or not.
No. But I'm saying if you were to go ahead and
Yeah.
if I say, okay, this is what I want, but I need the roadmap to get there.
100%.
Here's my
Financials.
information for you to go ahead and look at. You can guide me towards.
100%. Right now I'm having somebody buy a house. They're going to sign next week. I've been working with them for 3 years.
Okay, after your
Oh, yeah. I got you.
after your thing, we need to talk.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, no, that's been my mentality.
Yeah, you're going to come over here.
Get the
Yeah.
No.
Do that.
So,
I'm really gonna scare you.
yeah. I scared her over by the time.
So I heard.
So going back to, we were at the part about the crying, right?
Oh, yeah. You said don't cry.
Yeah, don't cry. So, one of the things, dude, I cry all the fucking time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then when I post reels, it's like, let me take out this little clip that makes me sound a certain way.
Yeah. Like, what do you call it? Bait
Kind of.
yeah. Reels. Yeah.
And so I had a podcast yesterday, with the girl I was talking to, and I was just telling her, I'm like, look, the thing is that when you get emotional and you share certain things that you're going through, you got to choose who you share it with.
Yeah.
Right. You got to be very careful who you share it with. There's certain people that are going to be there for you, just like we were talking about friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was sharing with her the fact that not everything you see on social media is true.
1000%.
And clippable moments where it's like, ooh, I like this one. Like, bro, did you watch the whole 3 hours? And then people are like, no. And I'm like, watch the whole 3 hours. Mind you, there's a lot of things that get talked about in context, that nuances. But I don't believe that shit, bro. Like, you gotta fucking cry. Like, and that's the whole thing. Like, you gotta get it out.
Yeah.
You got and you know, Biggs was telling me like poetry for him, right? Like, he's written some poetry, and I do my paintings.
Yeah, seen that.
I do my dancing, right? Like little things to get certain things out of me that are very needed for my soul, dude. Like I need that shit. And sometimes it's a good cry. I was telling the girl last night, I said, dude, I'm the fucking ugly crier in the middle of the fucking freeway.
Just yelling, yeah.
Just, all right, I got that shit out. But there's nothing wrong with crying.
No.
If it hurts, someone shared with me this morning that this kid killed himself. 22-year-old kid killed himself because of a breakup that happened, right? And the mom right now is going around and it's like a foundation.
Yeah. Like
started-
GoFundMe.
No, like a foundation that's
for her son.
for her son,
Oh, wow.
on behalf of her son, to help people understand how to maybe process emotions and trigger or to look out for when someone's going through something, how to be able to notice certain things, right?
Oh, shit.
And what I told her, I said, man, you know, heartbreak is fucking real. Like it's the one of the stories she told me is, she said, look, right now I'm selling a house where husband and wife, the wife cheated on the husband and the husband found out, so he killed her.
Oh.
And then he tried to kill himself, but he missed. So now he's in jail.
Damn.
And they're old, like older, you know, family. And so we all go through things like, you know, heartbreak and cheating and or financial or, you know, whatever it is that you're going through. There are things out there that can help you. There's books, there's friends, there's therapists, there's a resource that can help you process your emotions. But you have to be willing to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to cry sometimes, because I fucking cry. Just don't tell anybody.
Just don't. I won't. Don't worry.
Yeah, just, you know, I think I got to look into that Twitch though.
No, yeah, it's helped out a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be a viewer. Like,
Okay.
Originally, I was a viewer.
You're a voyeur? Voyeur?
Yeah, voyeur. Yeah,
Voyeur.
yeah. I'm a voyeur.
You like to
sometimes.
watch?
Yeah, sometimes. I like to be watched too, though. So I was like, I was literally just, I was a fan. Like I've been a DJ fan my whole life. Like, oh, you were like Rocky was there at the house party in the '90s dinner.
Okay.
Like when I first went to these '90s events, that was one of the first events I went to, and the first thing I went to, I went straight to the DJ. Like I was watching the DJ, I was learning. It was DJ Mowdy, and I was like, I still remember the day because I'm like, just went up and I was just watching him, like just voyeuring his ass, like seeing his moves, see what he does. Never in a million years would I thought I would be up there on stage DJing, having people looking at me, doing what I was doing with them, you know? So it's that, see, that's the nerve wracking part for me when I have like a DJ Mowdy, a DJ Fig One, a DJ Kano, like literally watching me DJ. They don't understand how nerve wracking that is. I could be in front of 300, 400 people, nothing. Don't break a sweat. But when they're like right here, excess, I posted a picture yesterday and I have excess right behind me, looking at me, staring me down. I'm like, damn, motherfucker. Like he was like looking at me, and like I look up to these guys so much. I posted a video from December 16th at the house party event, and like I fucking hate these guys, but to me that's I fucking love these guys because they were going back to back, right? It was Fig and Excess, and all I could do is just soak it all in, like wow.
Yeah.
So yes, I love to.
It's
watch.
admiration.
Yes, it's admiration, not hate. Never hate. Ever hate.
And that's the thing about language, that sometimes we use words in, like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But people don't know us.
Yo.
And they're like,
they're fucking hating on you.
Yeah.
Never that. Like Fig knows. Dude, Fig is my favorite DJ, like house DJ, because he has so much shit. Him and Kano have shit that nobody else have. Like I had to go up to Fig. I'm like, yo, what's that song? Because I never heard it. It was a Flat Chested Girl. It was like a comeback for Short Man. And I had never heard Flat Chested Girl. And I'm like, yo, where the fuck did you get that? He's like, bro, I'll send it to you. And that's why I love my community. Like if I ask, I'm like, yo, I need that. All right, what's your email? I'll send it to you. Simple. Like there's some DJs that be like, nah, they'll put like a white label over it so you won't know what it is. Yeah, no, none of my DJ friends have ever done me wrong like that. Being new into the game again, like I've had so much love that I give it back. Like I'm like, all right, you want to hear it? Boom. Like I was listening to my stream because I like to listen to my streams back to see what works and what doesn't work. So I was listening to this new mix that I'm working on for February 24th. That is like, what do you call it? EDM Latino, but it's like literally Sonora Dinamita, Los Tucanes, Banda Macho, Banda MS, but in EDM, house techno.
Ooh.
Bro. So one of my boys from the Bay, Katie Tula, he's like, yo, I need that edit. Send me your email. He never sent me his email. But I'm like, just send it to me. I'll give it to you. Because it don't cost nothing to be friendly.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, 1000%. Because when I first got into, like, I literally got into DJing the digital way, July 2022. 2022. No, 23. No, 2022. My friend from high school, one of the dumbasses that I had a dumbass, we call it the dumbass group chat. He's like, you really want to DJ? I'm like, yeah. All right, buy this terabyte, send it to me, I'll send it back to you.
Uh-huh.
That's a hard drive.
Okay.
So I'm like, I bought it, shipped it to his house. He's like, I'm in downtown. Meet me in downtown. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, here you go. I'm like, what is this? He's like, about 20,000 songs. From cumbia, merengue, like everything to get a party started, he gave to me. Cool. This was July, let's say 15, 16. July 20th, I got a mixer. July 21st, 22nd, I went live. That was it.
That's all she wrote. But why did you stop? So you started DJing at 13?
No, 16.
16.
Stopped in 99 because I had to pay rent. So I had to sell my DJ equipment to pay rent because I'm a dad now. At 19, I'm a dad. What the fuck was I? I was a child having a child, like, you know? So me and my baby mama were struggling. I sold my shit. Never looked back. She left us. It was me and him from 03 to 2011. 2011, that's when I got with my wife. Off rip, my son loved her. Called her mom. Like not that far after. Like once we moved in together, she was mom. Like yes, they fight, but that's his mom. His biological stepped out. She left. I took custody legally in 03. 100% full custody because she had her own issues. So it was me and him for the longest. So I'm like, I couldn't do anything. So I did what I knew. I did dirt. So I had a job, but it wasn't paying enough. So, I had to go do what I had to do. Left the party scene, left everything behind, left all my friends. Well, never left my friends. I left the ones that weren't good for me. Which brings me back to Humpty. Humpty, from the age of 20, he's been going to church since he was a child. His calling was to be a priest if he was Catholic, a pastor since he was Guatemalan. Right? He's Christian. He became a pastor. We would go out. I would DJ. He would just be there. Like, I would do drugs. He would have a 6-pack of sodas. He was our driver. He's always had a car. He's the one, his dad used to have us watch the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
He had a car since he was 13, 14. So since we were 13, 14, we were out in the hoopty. I think it was like an 82 Civic with a house speaker in the back, a CD player, a portable CD player in the front. Like that was, but we would run the San Fernando Valley from corner to corner. Like one day we did like 9 cities. We used to go out and be crazy, stupid kids. And he kept me level-headed for a lot of years. Because of him, like,
that's a good friend to have.
He's a great friend to, like, when me and the wifey have had problems, I'll call Humpty, be like, yo, bro, I'm going through this shit. He's like, I'll pray for you. And his family, I call his mom Mama Dos. She took me in. His sisters are like my sisters. Like, he has 3 sisters. They were like my little sisters. So I protected them like they were mine. That was my extended family.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I'm half Chapin because of them.
Right.
And yeah, no, like I sold the stuff. I did dirt, got caught. I saw it as a blessing because I got caught with weight. I went to court. They said I only had intent to use. Cool. Gave that up. Got another real job. Like, just started working. I was going to move to Texas. I'm like, fuck this. California's too expensive. My sister like, no, gordo, quédate aquí. My sister Claudia, the one that I worked at the arena with. That's my rock. That's like, dude, I call her bitch. She calls me asshole. But it's never disrespectful. She like, what's up, asshole? Like, if she goes out, she's on my stream. Good morning, asshole. I'm like, morning, bitch. And everybody knows by now that that's not disrespectful. That's bitch. That's my sister.
Of course.
Like, I'm on her phone. I'm asshole. El asshole. So
El fundillo.
So she's like, no, mejor quédate aquí. Stay for a little bit. See how you like Whittier. This was right before I got with my wife. So it was 2012, I think. No, 2010. Because my son was going to Evergreen. He was in 4th grade. So yeah, it was 2009, 2010. And I stayed and I'm like, it's fucking nice here. I'm used to the Valley where everybody's rude and mad and so disrespectful. And I literally moved to an area where everybody's like, oh, good morning. Like, the fuck is this? Like, I'm used to this, and now I'm like in the subs, like never would I thought. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we moved there, and then yeah, I never looked back at DJing, partying, and then like I said, 3-4 years ago, right after the pandemic, we went to go see DJ Irene and Humpty Vision at Florentine Gardens. I go to Florentine Gardens dressed like you would dress for a 21 and over club because when we were kids, you had to wear slacks, dress shirt, dress shoes.
Right.
I show up, these motherfuckers are wearing like shorts and t-shirts, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm way overdressed. And it was my birthday. It was my actual birthday. So I'm like, all right, cool. Little did I know from that event, I was partying with people that I party with today.
Mm.
Like, I see the videos and I'm like, look, Ivan, big pimpin'. Like, look, fool. He's like, motherfucker. He's my big gay. He's like my big sexy bitch. I'm like, you fucking sexy bitch. You were next to me. I'm like, yes, bitch, I was next to you. Because you can, if you know Ivan or Big Pimpin', like, you're never going to forget Big Pimpin' because he has a look.
Yeah, okay.
So
So maybe I don't know him because then I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
you'll like if you see a picture of Big Pimpin', you'll know who he's the mayor of Whittier. He calls himself the mayor of Whittier. So yeah, so we partied with them, and then from there, I went to the house party in the '90s, 3 year, 4 year anniversary, 4 year anniversary. I didn't even know that it was that. I had remember the old yellow folders?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a hoodie
Okay.
that had that print.
Oh, that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I go and I'm like, oh shit, that's
The
pretty
guys,
cool.
the ones that are playing sports and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then I'm like, take a picture. It says house party in the '90s, big ass fucking. I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. I walk in, I'm like, they're playing fucking Hard House. Yo, what the fuck? Because we just went to go. Like, we didn't even know what it was. Like, we just went to go.
How did you find it? Like, how did it even come up? How did it come to your? Did someone invited you, or?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you. I think I followed the page after that event because they were promoted, I think. So I found House Party in the '90s. I saw they were having an event. I ended up running into a high school friend there. I'm like, oh shit, what's up? And I said, we chopped it up. It was her birthday weekend. It was her birthday weekend. So they all had like their Scorpio, like they had November birthdays, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. We went to go party. And walking in there, it was just like I was known without being known, right? Because everybody from there were like literally welcoming us in. Like they didn't know who I was. I didn't know who they were. I had been following one of the guys from House Party. His name was Groove. He was the MC, and I dance. That's why I'm like. That's why I liked you because I'm like, oh, this fool dances too. I don't do the TikTok videos, but I'm like, damn, this fool gets down. So I follow you and John the Dancer. From
John the Dancer's cool.
Who I love John. John's my guy. And I always told John, yo, we got to make a TikTok, but we never got to it. So
That's what's the guy with the tatted legs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
His beard.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
blonde or pink hair right now. Yeah, he's my guy.
He's out here?
He is, I think he's somewhere. Like he's not that far from here.
Okay. I thought he was, for some reason, I thought he was in the Midwest.
No, he's I think he's in Southgate.
Oh, dude,
he might
so
be in
cool.
Southgate.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. He's here.
Okay.
Like I'm always like, he'll hit me up like, hey, you're gonna go to this event? Because we do a little battle. We do a battle. Because that's what people like. So I go to the house party event, is at Cities, and they're like, let's do a circle. So I'm like, oh shit, they're actually gonna dance. They're gonna do it like old school. I'm like, oh shit, I used to do this shit. So I took out my fucking hoodie. I'm like, all right, let's go. And Groove was like Alex Delara, because I had Alex, my government name, on IG.
Mm-hmm.
But he kept on saying my name so much. I'm like, yo, I gotta change this shit. And that's how McFly came about, because I was watching, like, the next day I was watching Back to the Future. And I was like Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties,
okay,
which is Michael J. Fox.
Okay.
And Marty McFly. That Back to the Future is always my favorite movie. So my name's Alex McFly. Alex McFly. So I changed it to Alex McFly because I'm like, this was giving out my government name. Like,
hey, here's his social.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, just call me Alex, bro. So he's like, all right. So I get in the middle of the dance floor. I do my little battle thing. Everybody goes crazy. I'm like, holy shit. Like, it's a drug, bro. That's what people don't get. It's a fucking drug. I'm like, oh shit. All right, cool. Changed my name. And then I start kicking in with like people from that be doing these events, like Tudo from Tudo Entertainment. He took me in. He's one of the big reasons that I really did become a DJ, because he tells me, you want to play? And I'm like, are you serious? Because a lot of DJs won't let you touch their turntables. Like, you have to be special for somebody to touch your turntable. He's like, pull up. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, pull up. So I started going to his house every day. And then I was practicing vinyl, because that's what he has. He's a vinyl DJ. So I'm practicing vinyl. I go to his house. I was doing Lyft at the time. So I was working literally 6-7 hours from 5 a.m. to like 1-2 in the afternoon. Go to his house from 3 to like 5 or 6, just playing with the turntables. Like little kids, like, come on, fool, let's go play. I'm like, for real? Let's go. So that's how like I really got into it. And yeah, we had started having fun and started getting into the shit of it, and now that the rest is history.
Now you just gotta be home when the street lights turn on.
Yeah. So the wife's like, where you at?
Donde estás, fool?
Hey, fool, bring food.
Yeah. It's you know what's cool, man, about I like we were talking earlier about like what I used to do with managers and with like bouncers and my ability to end up talking to people, right?
Yeah.
And what I've realized is that there's a lot of really nice people out there, right? And I've thought about that my whole life. Like, I see the good in people. I take people at their word.
Mm-hmm.
If you burn me, like you said earlier, if you do me dirty, then now I know who you are. Now it's up to
Step back.
me
Yeah.
to make changes. But the majority of people are very inviting. Like, oh, you need help? Yeah,
Boom.
here's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to put yourself out there. That's the other part, because the opportunities won't present themselves if you're sitting in your room not doing shit.
Yes.
But if you're going out and you're a nice person as well, because the other person's also going to, I would say, read your intentions, read your energy,
Mm-hmm.
read the type of person you are. And if you're an asshole and if you're demanding and it's owed to me, then
Yeah. No.
nah. But if you're just there appreciating it and then they vibe with you, it's like, yeah, man, come through, come hang out. Like, doors just open for
Yeah.
you.
Like DJ Hex. He's another one of the mentors. Like, I was watching the stream, and then he's like, "Pull up." He's at O'Donovan's Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, but he's a very well known DJ. He's like, "McFly, pull up." I'm like, "For real?" Like, "Yeah, pull up. Bring your laptop." Okay. Like, I'm never gonna say no ever. Like, I'll play for free for the experience. So people that feel entitled get doors slammed in their face because they're like, "Well, I want this, this, and this." I'll be like, I'll go open. Don't worry, I'll open for you." Nah, I want you to headline. The fuck? Nah, fool. Like, that's when I start getting nervous. Like, nah, just go do you. I'm like, that's when I started like getting nervous and shit. Like, but then Hex was so welcoming. It's like, he's like, "Bro, I just love watching you play, because I dance when I play. I have fun. I get on the mic. Like, it's a whole show. It's like production, and it came natural to me by watching DJ Tudo, by watching Gargamel, by watching Maudi, by watching Fig, like by watching all these DJs. I was a sponge. I was soaking everybody in. So there's no big headedness here. It's nothing but, I'm humbled to be a part of this clique, be a part of this group, because it's like, who the fuck am I? Like, and these guys fucking just take me in like they've known me their whole lives. So that to me is very humbling. Like I said, no ego. Like, I end my streams, every fucking stream, peace, love, unity. There's no room for hate here. If you gotta promote whatever you want here. Like, I'm never gonna tell a DJ not to promote his lives on my life. I give love when love is given to me, and a lot of love has been given to me, so I give a lot of love back.
I just, this person sent me a message the other day about the Morsi tickets, right? So they're selling some Morsi tickets, or people send me messages, and I tell them, just tag me, bro, and I'll share it for you. Like, I have a platform, and like, I'll share it. Like, you want to come talk about something? Like, come talk about it. It's I don't know, man. I just feel like the people that don't want to give you an opportunity, um, they just have a scarcity mindset,
And
right?
have an ego.
Yeah, they have an ego. They think, oh, you're gonna take from me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no one's gonna take shit from you that wasn't yours.
Exactly.
It wasn't yours to begin with.
Exactly.
So help. There's this quote, and I used to have it on my business cards when I was like maybe like 18 or 19. And it's a Zig Ziglar quote, and I always fuck it up. But the point is, the more people you can help achieve their goals, the closer you get to yours.
Oh.
And it's like, I help you. You need help? I got you. Like, what can I help you with? Somebody sent me a podcast, not a podcast, but an audio yesterday, and it was like 5 minutes. They said, "Hey, George, like, listen to this." I listened to it. So then I called her and I said, "So what do you want me to do with it?" She goes, "I want your opinion." And so I said, "Okay." And I told her, I said, "Okay, there's some chopping up you can do. There's some audio cleaning up that you can do. There's some caption." Like, I gave her my version of what I would do with that audio. She goes, "Oh my God, like, you just gave me so much in just this little conversation." I said, "Look, it's just because I know how to do this and I know how to do my stuff. I can help you. And if you want me to help you and if you want me to show you, I'll set some time aside for you to come in and I can help you. I don't get paid for it. I don't make any money from it. Like, I don't get any type of benefit other than helping the next person try to achieve their goal.
Yeah.
And who knows how God will pay me or the universe will pay me. I'm not looking for a reward.
Yeah.
All I know is that that person is really trying. And I've tried my whole life to, to do certain things. And I've gotten those assholes on the other side.
Of course.
On many occasions, but I've also gotten the people that have opened up that door for me. And it's like, oh shit, they see something in me, like in my mind, or
Yeah.
am I worth it? And then you start having the imposter syndrome to think you're not good enough. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, fuck. Like one of the ones that I still have an imposter syndrome about is my paintings. I'm like,
Dude, they're fucking dope. Like this one?
thank you,
The
sir.
Kobe one?
Oh, thank you, man. I got a message yesterday from someone that said, hey, they want to take your Kobe picture, put it on his shirt, and use it for something. And they want to use it for like a charity walk. Would you be willing to do it? I'm like, yeah, of course. They sent me a message the other day that I should put my stuff up in an art gallery.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not good enough yet. They're like, you are good enough. Stop thinking that shit. So like, I still have a fucking hang up about my paintings because I don't feel like I'm good enough yet, even though I get the love from it. And I'm still scared of that. And that's something that I'm dealing with. It's like, on the finance side, on the dancing side, on my like what I do with like the podcasting stuff. Somebody introduced me recently. They said, "Oh, this is George Morelos. He has a highly successful podcast." And when they said that, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Bro, you're like, what the fuck?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's imposter syndrome where again others see it in you, but you don't see it in yourself.
I have that 1,000. That's my wife. Like, as a DJ, I don't think I'm good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says I am. I don't see it. Like, sometimes, like, I listen to myself, I'm like, oh shit, that sounds legit. Like, oh shit, that was you. Like, you do this. And she's my number one critic. She's my number one fan. But I don't feel it's like people telling me, oh, you're going to headline. I'm like, fuck, yeah, right. Like, no. That's like I still see myself as the rookie, as the new guy. I'm telling you, this whole digital world is completely different because yes, I'm like 20 years behind everybody else, but everybody says that I'm up there with everybody else, which is insane to me because I don't see it. So
others see in us what we don't see in ourselves, and sometimes it's hard for us to realize and accept that.
Yeah,
and sometimes it takes us a longer time to see that in us, and I would say that we're not alone, right? Because you feel that, I feel that. I talk to my friends about other things and I'm like, bro, you're this, you're that, you're this. And sometimes I wish, not even I wish, but it's like I have the same thought process in my head. I'm like, bro, like, what would you tell your friend? What would be the advice that your best friend would tell you about your art? And my best friend would tell me all the things these other people tell me.
Yeah.
But I haven't listened yet. And so I think it has a lot to do with self-awareness to understand like the type of person you are. But I'm also a perfectionist.
Okay.
Oh,
your art, you can't be a perfectionist. You just gotta let it be.
Oh, bro, no.
I bet you see things you could fuck with all of them, right? Still,
but one of the things that I learned is I'm gonna leave once I get to a place where it's like I'm done, right? Like with my art, I've wanted to leave them.
Okay.
Like, okay, I'm satisfied, but like a month later, I'm not gonna go back and touch it.
Okay.
Because I gotta learn. I gotta see the progression of my growth. Like this one here, that's the first painting I ever did. This one right there. Number 2 was right there, and these are again some of like the first ones, and then I still have some at home, and it's always like, okay, I have to be I won't fucking go to sleep if I'm not satisfied though. I seriously sit there in my kitchen, bro, because like I'll paint in my garage, I'll paint my backyard, and then I'll bring it in, I'll put it in my kitchen, then I'll just sit there like, fuck, I can't go to bed yet, bro. I can't go to bed if there's something off with it. It eats at me.
Damn.
And I'm like, it'll be like 1:30 in the morning. Like I'm trying to fix something. And then once I'm like, oh, okay. Now I can keep working on it tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But now I can go to sleep. It festers with me, bro.
Yeah, that was me last night with music.
Oh, really?
I found an artist.
Uh-huh.
Like, because as a DJ, you have to look for music. You can't just have everybody give you everything.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, I need my laptop. She's like, no. I'm like, dude. She's like, no. Because it was like oldies in EDM form. And I was like, yo, I've never heard this. I need to download it. And she's like, no, tomorrow. So I had to wait. But I feel you because I'm like, dude, I need that song. I need that track. I need that track.
It's just there.
Yeah.
It's just there. It's just there.
And you get like anxiety because I'm like, it's like somebody's gonna take it. I'm like, but it's free. It's music. Like it's gonna be there tomorrow.
I feel you 100%.
Yes,
man.
yes.
So is there anything that you think that I may not have asked you? We've been here for like almost 2 hours right now. Is there anything that you'd like to share with your audience, my audience, anything that's top of mind?
Top of mind, just be respectful. Pay it forward. It doesn't take much to help somebody else out. And I think that's what this podcast was about. Basically, like, we're more givers than takers. We love to help, like you with the kids. I love the kids. Bro, I hate the Raiders. Like, with a passion, right? So on my stream, we were doing a fundraiser for Brianna's toy drive for her birthday. There's this girl named Brianna. So for her birthday, she was sick a few years back, right? Everybody's around Christmas time. And she saw kids weren't getting gifts. So at 14, 13, around that age, she started a foundation. She raised $500, $600 and bought toys and gave it to kids. Cool. This was before I met them. Last year, we helped them out. We bought them a Santa suit and we helped out with some money. This year, I had my platform, right? So she started doing raid trains for the foundation. So a few years back, I'm a Steelers fan. The Raiders beat the Steelers. I had to wear a Raider jersey. Only I had that picture. So I said, if I raise such amount of money, I'll post the picture. Guess who was the first contributor to that? Yes, it was the wife.
The one over here?
Yeah, the one right there that's going to be up next, right? All right, cool. I raised, I want to say like $900 because of that fucking picture. And now I'm an emote. An emote is like a picture, a character that on Twitch that you put, right? Like, oh, look, like, so again, I have the whole McFly thing. So I have Hello McFly. No, I have a Happy Birthday McFly, like in the DeLorean and like the fonts of the Back to the Future. I have a lot of Raider friends. So that is an emote for quite a few people. But again, I don't mind it because it was for a great cause. When Biggs was gonna do his the toy drive, he asked me, do you want to be a part of the lineup? I said, fuck yeah. It's for a great cause. I bought a Santa suit and I was Santa Claus for the toy giveaway. Because I love the kids. Like, you know, I say Trick Daddy loves the kids. McFly loves the kids. Jorge loves the kids.
100%.
Like, to me, I want to give what I never got. I have a great mother. Don't get me wrong. My mom is my heart, my soul, my everything. I grew up without a dad. So I gave my son everything I didn't have as a child because growing up without a dad, it was, yes, my mom was great, but you still need that man figure there. My son grew up without a mom for a lot of years, so he yearned for a mom. So everything, I think he's a great son. Like, to be honest with you, not because he's my son, but the kid is Of course, he has a hot temper because he's my son, but he's a good kid. I call him a kid now. He's 24. Like,
Yeah.
but like you yearn for what you don't have. So I didn't have much growing up. So I try to give as much as possible.
And I think that's, I don't know how to say it, man. Um, but in my life, I've been in multiple worlds. That's the way I see it, like multiple universes, right? So I feel that we all live in different worlds and we all connect in the same world, right? So at the same time in space
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
right? So, but when you leave here, you have your own life,
Yeah.
right? When you go to work, there's work life, and then there's the DJ life. We like intersect at multiple locations with different people in the same space and in individual spaces. And so what I found for me that gives me like so much peace, happiness is finding people like yourself where we don't know each other,
Yeah.
right? We know each other because we met that one time.
Yeah.
And then you told me your story about how you got your DJ name. I'm like, man, this is fucking dope. And this guy's really nice.
Thank you. Thank
Like
you.
this guy's really nice and welcoming. Really nice and welcoming. And then at the last event, like I did the little dance, and you're like, "Oh, here comes Southpaw," it's like you just we haven't known each other a long time, but then we intersect,
Yeah.
like in life in that world, and to me, I value that.
Me too.
I value it so much, and then it's like, dude, not only is he nice, but he has the same mindset to pay it forward,
1000%.
to give back. And so I concur with your message that we should be kind to each other, help each other. And sometimes, and I know this sounds ridiculous to some people, but sometimes it's a simple hello and a simple compliment that means that you're paying it forward.
Yeah, it's a smile. Dude, a smile could change somebody's attitude. They can have the shittiest day ever. And hey, how you doing today? Be honest. Well, I had a fucked up day. What can make it better?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can I help you? Like, it's so simple yet so difficult for a lot of people to do. Like, not me. I'll be like, yo, you good? Like, my mods, well, we have mods on Twitch. And if I don't see them and they haven't been like, or some of my viewers, because you never know what people are going through. I'd be like, yo, you good? I ain't seen you in a minute. How you doing? How you feeling? Is everything okay? Dude, that goes a long way. Like, I have, like I said, 15 that are loyal to me. But one of my mods, she goes through her shit but she's always there with me. And she's my A1 day. I call her my A1 day one. Because from my first event, because I started DJing, like I told you, July 2022, right? In August 2022, I had my first live event gig. And she was front row, dead center, hasn't left my side, even through all the little haters and like, because I have a lot of like hate. I don't know why, but she doesn't believe them. She sticks with me, but she goes through hell because she's a breast cancer survivor. And she'll tell me things, and I'll be there as a friend because as a friend, I'll be there for anybody. Again, it doesn't take much to be a friend, to be nice, to be cordial. Like, there's no diva here. And there's a lot of divas in this industry because it's an industry. So,
Yeah, dude, fuck all that. Fuck all the divas.
dude,
Nothing is owed to you.
yeah.
Nothing is owed to you, man. And kindness. My dad would always just say that. Sé empatético. Oh, I fuck that one
Yeah.
up again. Stupid clip
Oh,
of me fucking up my damn words. It's to be empathetic.
Yeah.
To
Empathy.
understand empathy, to understand what someone's going through, and you don't know what they're going through.
Ooh.
And I think for me, I value relationships. I learned to value relationships over money. Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna lose everything we have, man. You know, Angel said it. We're both going to the same place, bro. It's
6 feet under.
yeah. That's where we're all going.
You ain't taking
And if we can all help each other figure it out together, and we can uplift each other, and I have an idea and you have an idea, and that's how we learn. Like, hey, I went down this path, and don't go down this path, or I'll give you some advice. Again, like with Biggs, I've had conversations with him, do this, do that, or vice versa, or with Rocky. With people, it's just like there's people that are smarter than you.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, they might be smarter in one thing. Man, they might be smarter in another. And smarter doesn't necessarily mean book smart.
No.
Smarter, they could be street smart or book smart, or just a different perspective that can help you think like, oh,
You're
shit.
right.
Like, yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah, like I've had a convo with Rocky. I met him for the first time at the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Rocky and I have similar stories. And I'm like, bro, like, we can actually kick it. We can actually chill. Like, he's such a genuine person that I'm like, we can actually be friends.
1000%.
And I see the same thing with you and Biggs. And like, a lot of people were like, that you would never guess seeing them like just in the street. Like, it's just crazy. Like, it just takes a conversation to become a genuine friend. I don't need nothing from you, but I might need your friendship.
There you go. So let's end it how you end your Twitch.
Peace, love, and unity.
Peace, love, and unity, my friends. Toodles, DJ McFly.
Jorge. Merlos.
I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me, brother.
All right, buddy. Sas. Venga, señorita.
Ándale.
Venga a sentarse.
Coming up next, Mrs. McFly. La Gladys.